We're just getting started.
We're dumbfounded. We don't get it. Lost.
New tonight at 10 and only on Denver 7. We're hearing from the man who swapped and his little girls for a party just days before the girls vanished.
He would reach out and help anybody that needed help with anything.
A new perspective on who Chris Watts was before his alleged confession that he murdered his wife and daughters.
You know, the hardest part, when you're closer with the family, it's the why.
Our team coverage continues as more and more questions emerge, especially from those closest to the now accused killer.
He stayed the night at us.
Denver 7 starts right now.
And we'll reaction in just a minute, but first, breaking new horrific details emerging in just the past 30 minutes as to where they were found.
Let's get straight to Denver 7's Jennifer Brice live in our newsroom. Jen, you just got word from several high-ranking sources. I have to say, it keeps getting more disturbing.
Teresa and Tom, it does. Now, we first learned this from a well-placed source early in the day, but in calling several other sources close to the investigation, nobody wanted to touch this. Our second source came in within just the last hour. Here's what we've confirmed. The two young girls' bodies, 3-year-old Cece and 4-year-old Bella, died in an oil and gas tank owned by Anadarko. That's where the husband worked up until recently. Now, sources tell us that the oil tanks were mostly full and say the motive was likely twofold. Tom and Teresa?
Just horrific.
Hard to hear.
And as these new details emerge, the story has shaken the country, the world, and even our own backyard here in Colorado.
And there are still answered questions tonight. Let's back up for a second, walk you through the timeline. We know that 33-year-old Christopher Watts is spending the night in jail, accused of killing his pregnant wife and his 2 little.
Christopher Watts spoke to Denver 7 cameras pleading for their return.
And then last night, we were the first to alert you about the alleged killing.
And then, of course, late today, the 3 bodies were recovered.
This case is tearing apart a very tight-knit community tonight. In an exclusive interview with a family friend who, like many of us, is in complete shock after spending time with Chris Watts and his little girls before the girls went missing.
Continue our team covers tonight. Denver 7's Russell Haythorne is in Frederick tonight with that exclusive and very emotional interview.
We are going to check in with him in just a moment. First, let's check in with Denver 7's Jackie Crea live outside the Greeley jail, tracking more on the investigation.
Yeah, well, we know people as far as Australia were following this heartbreaking story. So really, as you said, the world watched as investigators searched for Shanann and the bodies of her 2 young children, a husband and father accused of the unthinkable.
It was just like, I missed them, like.
From distraught husband in an interview with Denver 7 to an accused killer in an orange jumpsuit, all eyes were on Chris Watts as he appeared in court for a bond hearing. Meanwhile, investigators would find an unborn child.
At this point, we have been able to recover a body that we're quite certain is Shanann Watts' body.
Her body was found in an open field owned by Anadarko Petroleum, the company her husband worked for. Prosecutors believe she and her 2 girls were killed inside their home, but the details as to how and why are sealed in court documents. And not long after that, the bodies of the couple's 2 young daughters, 4-year-old Bella and 3-year-old Celeste, were found in close proximity, according to investigators, to Shannon's body.
At this time, we don't want to speculate anything or rule anything out.
Prosecutors could consider the death penalty.
Communication and collaboration, discussion with her family, law enforcement, members of my office, members of other offices who have sought, whether successfully or unsuccessfully, the death penalty in other cases.
Meanwhile, the community in Shanann's family raises money to help lay them to rest.
In expressing our sorrow, Shanann Watts, Bella, and Celeste, this is absolutely the worst possible outcome that any of us could imagine. And I think our hearts are broken for the town of Frederick as much as anybody's.
And we are told prosecutors have until Monday